Oh hey, I didn't see you there. Thanks for stopping by. You know me, I'm Alan with Edge Autosport. I'm just sitting here knocking out some eTunes. Thank you guys. You've been really hitting the eTunes hard lately, and I really appreciate that. So I just wanted to make a little video and show you guys what you can expect from me, and also explain what I expect from you so that we can make the process flow super well, and so that I can get you your eTunes as fast as possible and get you out there making power. Okay, so before we get started, I just want to mention we are going to have this video broken up into chapters, and the timestamps for those will be in the description so that you don't have to watch the whole video. If you have a specific question, you can just jump straight to it. Now, the first part of this video is purchasing, because that is the first step to getting an eTune from us, is you got to buy it from our website. So I want to show you how that's done. Now, keep in mind, the website is subject to change as we make improvements, and we actually welcome your feedback if you have any suggestions for how we can improve it, adding options, taking options away. Just let us know what you think in the comments. So anyways, let's jump onto my screen here, and you can see how to purchase a tune and what options we currently have available. Welcome to our website. The easiest way that I've found for finding a tune on our website is to just search for it. So if you have a Focus ST, as that's what most of my customers have right now, you can just type in eTune Focus in the search bar, and it pops right up. So the base eTune starts at $250, and as we add options, it goes up from there. The first option set is fuel. So if you are running just a single fuel map, you can choose to run like pump gas or ethanol. Both of these are single fuel maps. If you're running a dual fuel map where you have both a pump gas map option and an ethanol base map option, or race gas, or whatever extra fuel that you have, basically this just means that you have more than one fuel map. You would choose both and get both gas and ethanol maps. And then the next option we have is for port or meth injection. So you can choose no additional fueling if you don't have either of these. If you have port injection or meth injection, you pick which one you have and choose that option. They're the same price either way, but yeah, so you just pick which one you have and you choose that option. As of right now, for those of you guys that have XDI fuel pump and injectors, I am not charging extra to tune for those. So you can, so yeah, you don't have to choose anything for that. You just choose no additional fueling, and I will get that information later on in the process. So the next option we have is turbo option, which you can choose stock or upgrade. Those are really only two options. If you are on a stock turbo and you have nitrous, that's probably one of those questions that I'm going to get from time to time, and I do get from time to time. If you have nitrous but you're on the stock turbo, you choose upgraded turbo. If you have nitrous and an upgraded turbo, we don't really have an option for that. It's not something that happens that's very common that we see. So, but it is available. I'll go ahead and pull up another web page here so I can show you what you can find for that. You would just simply need to add a revision to that for the nitrous if you already have an upgraded turbo, and you can find that by typing in eTune revision on the search bar, and it pops right up. And then you would just need to choose a level 1 revision for $100 to add nitrous to your big turbo setup. So that's something that we can probably improve on here, and we will at a later date. So if when you're looking at this and it's added, don't be surprised, but for now, that's the way you do it. The other thing that we have on here is if you have a stroker or cams added on. There's quite a bit of extra effort that goes into tuning for a stroker or cammed setup. So if you do have that option, you would need to select that here, and that's it for the options. You just add it to cart, purchase, and then the next step is that I'm going to receive an order from you guys. I'm going to see it come through as an eTune order. It gets placed on my desk as our shipping guy prints out the invoice or packing slip or whatever it is, and he puts them on my desk, and then I go through and I send out the welcome emails. So the next step in the process after you have purchased this tune from us is you're going to get a welcome email that's going to look a little something like this. This particular one is for a Focus RS. It's a dual fuel option, stock turbo, and we're doing a 93 octane map as well as an E30 map. And so this is what the welcome email looks like. It's just generic. Everyone gets the same email. The biggest things that I need from you are listed right here. Vehicle year, make, and model. Mileage is not quite that important, but I like to kind of have an idea. And then the copy and paste from AP Manager. So the AP info, that's this right here. This is one of the biggest hangups that I've ran into as far as getting people's info. And there's a couple different ways to get this information. You can get it straight from the access port when it's plugged into your vehicle in the help/about access port file. And it's the installed vehicle information, basically. It's going to tell me the year, make, and model. It's going to tell me what ECU type you have. And for the Focus STs especially, there are different options even for the same year model. So you could have a 2016 but have two different ECU options. And actually, some of you guys that think you have 2016s actually have 2016 and a half. And so just telling me the vehicle, year, make, and model doesn't actually give me all the info that I need. I really need this AP info because it has important information for me to be able to make the base map. So let me show you how to get that from AP Manager. So I've got AP Manager pulled up here, and I have our access port for Project Half-Sin plugged in so that I can show you guys kind of what all this looks like. Joe P is just the name that I call it because it's Joe Project Car or something like that. I don't remember what I named it. But anyways, so these are the maps that we have. So I guess this can also be a little bit of a tutorial on AP Manager. And so for you guys that have never used it, this is something that you can download from Cobb Tuning from their website. And this is how you're going to interface with your AP and your computer, and how you're going to both download Datalogs from the access port to send to me, and how you're going to upload maps that I send to you to your access port and then go flash them to your car. So anyways, in this option, we have the AP is plugged in. You can see we have maps here. This is what's on the access port. We got off-the-shelf maps still. These are custom maps that I've put on here that we've been testing. And but yeah, the big thing that I need from you the first time you're going to do this is you're going to, first of all, have your access port installed on the vehicle. If you're uncomfortable running off-the-shelf maps, whatever, it doesn't matter. You can install this Stage 0 map. It's basically a stock map. If you've just purchased your access port and you're waiting on a tune, go ahead and just install and flash a Stage 0 map. It's the stock file. Now, after you've installed it and then you've plugged your access port into your computer and you've downloaded Access Port Manager, you should be able to connect and your screen will look like this. What I need from you in order to start the base map is AP info. You just click this button right here next to the eject button, and it pulls up this little pop-up, and it has all the information for your vehicle that I need. This is the important part right here. UCM 2016 Focus ST 49S. That is the vehicle name or installed vehicle info, whatever you want to call it. But that is the information that I'm going to use to build your base map. So this is actually the part number. A lot of people send me this. I don't actually need this. That's every access port has that number. This is the identification number for your specific access port. So I don't need this number. That's the part number. I need the serial number. That is the specific number for your specific access port. So this vehicle name here and this serial number is what I need. That's the important part. So the easy thing though is all you have to do is hit copy right there, and then you can go and paste it in response to the email. Now, this next part is important because this happens all the time and it makes it extremely difficult for me to efficiently do my job. Now, when you get your info and you copy it, you don't need to start a new email for the ECU information. Once I send you the welcome email, all correspondence that we do from now on is going to be inside that email train or thread or whatever you want to call it. And that is extremely important because when you start a new email, I don't know who you are, I don't know what your car is, and if you're sending me just random data logs, like I I'm tuning a ton of cars. I'm not able to keep up if you're starting new emails every time you send a new data log, or starting new emails for the new information, because as you can see in the email here, I have a specific number on there and the type of tune that it is, and I want to keep it all in one place. That way I can always look back and see what we've talked about, see what we've done, and not have to search through all the different emails that have been sent. I can just easily find it in one spot. It makes it a whole lot easier and more efficient for me to be able to do it that way. And I'm sure any of you who are using any other tuners, your other tuners would also prefer that as well. So once you have gotten your access port information, you're going to copy and you're going to paste it in response to this welcome email, and then you're going to get the next email from me, which is going to include your base map. Okay, so this is so after you've sent me your welcome email, you're going to get a base map, which is going to have more information in it. This particular one is for a big turbo Focus ST. So we've changed vehicles now. I'm not following the same guy necessarily, but anyways, I'll show you this. We have our big turbo Focus ST base map. I've got some information for this particular customer. He's running aux fuel and he's running a big turbo, obviously. And so we are going to have a little bit more personalized information for him. But otherwise, the logging information and everything else is similar. So included in this email is going to be logging instructions, as well as what to log and how to select the data logs, or the data logging parameters. So I guess I should... Okay, and how to select the data log parameters. So these are the parameters that I like to see. For a big turbo Focus ST anyways, it'll be different depending on your setup and whether or not you have a Focus RS or Fiesta or whatever. But then I'm going to explain how to do a watt log, a few things that you can be watching on your access port. It is very important when setting up these parameters that you only have these things selected and nothing else. If you have anything else in the data log list, it will bog down the logging rate and can cause the access port to not log properly or not log at all. And the other thing is, if you're watching anything on your monitor list, if you're watching anything on the gauge screen that is not in this list, that will also bog down the access port log rate and possibly make it not log properly. So that's something to be wary of when you are setting up your log parameters. Make sure you're not watching anything extra. Make sure you're not watching or not logging anything extra. So anyways, you're going to get this email. It's going to have the instructions for data logging. It's going to have things that you can watch, your log list, and all that. And then you're also going to have a map attached to this email. So what you're going to do is you're going to click download on that map. It's going to go into your download file. So you can set it, you can put these maps in any file that you want on your own computer, and what you're looking for to find the map is actually the file path. You don't need to select the map from here. You just need to select the file that the map is located in. Unfortunately, mine was already defaulted to download, so it takes forever because I have a ton of stuff in my downloads file. But anyways, these are all maps that are in my downloads folder currently. And in order to get it onto the access port, you will first just need to select your file. We'll go ahead and find, our project file here. In order to put this on your access port, you're just going to click this upload button. And are you sure? Yes, I want to copy that file to the access port. All right, now you can see it over here on the access port. Now I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these two because I know I don't need them. So in order to get rid of files from export, you just click them, select them, and then delete. So I don't need them on there. I think we're actually running that file right now. I can check. Yep, that's the one. EA Joe P91 Octane PMAX Dyno Tune 1.21. So that's the file that is currently flashed to the car. So anyways, that's how you upload. Now, as far as data logs are concerned, that's also fairly simple. You're gonna go to this filter, you're gonna click the data log option in here, and you choose a data log, and you just click Save Selected File, and you're going to choose the file path and send it. And now that data log is gonna be in that file. You can then you can go to that file, or sorry, that data log is going to be in that file. You can then go to your response to this email where I've sent the base map, and you are going to attach that log. So you're just going to go to your file where you downloaded it to, and you're going to select it and attach it in response to this email. And then I'm going to look at it. And so this is what I see when I'm pulling up a data log. I think this is actually from that Focus RS from earlier. But anyways, this is an ethanol blend in process Focus RS. So this is what I see when I pull up a data log. I can't look at spreadsheets. A lot of tuners like spreadsheets. I can't see just numbers on a sheet. My brain just doesn't process it. I can look at a graph and process things immediately. I'm very visual that way, I guess. So this is how I like to look at data logs, and this data log, it belongs to a Focus RS, the dual fuel Focus RS customer that I'm working with right now. And so yeah, so I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at things like boost and fuel and spark advance and all that good stuff to see where the car's at, where it needs to be, and where I need to change it to make it happy. So I'm going to pull up your data log, I'm going to look at it, analyze it, and then make changes to your map, and then that is the process. I send you a map, you send me a data log, I send you a revision, you send me a data log, I send you a revision, so forth and so on until the tune is done. Now, you may have noticed in the welcome email that there's a 30-day window once we start the process, and we like to try to finish tunes within 30 days. There are extenuating circumstances, and I'm not going to beat you up over every little thing, but for the most part, we do like to finish tunes in that 30-day window, because that just stops a lot of confusion, a lot of mistakes from happening. As things get drug out, it's a lot easier for me to make mistakes as I forget your particular setup and what's going on. So like if you were halfway done with a tune and then you dropped off the face of the earth for 6 months and you just pop up with a log and want to finish it, it takes a lot more time for me to reorient, because I have to then go back through and read everything that I've communicated with you so that I know exactly what's going on with your setup. And that's why after a certain period of time, we do charge a revision to pick back up with tuning. And again, I showed you that revision fee earlier. It's $100. So anyways, another thing that I want to comment on about the data logging from you guys, and this is kind of important as well. A lot of times I will get a data log that starts like here and then goes to here. Actually, you know what? I could pull up a data log. Let me pull up a data log. All right, so one thing I wanted to talk about is like, so I've got this other data log pulled up. Took me a second, but anyways, I wanted to show you something. Like, this is what happens when you start the data log and you go wide open throttle way too soon. The access port will show you when it's logging. You click the center button to start the log, and then it will think for a second and then say logging. Once you see that it says logging, then you can start your wide open throttle pull. But if you start your wide open throttle pull as soon as you click the button, you're going to chop off the first part of the log. So as you can see, like we're starting in the middle of this pull here. Boost, it's at 18. We're already at 5,000 RPM. So it didn't actually start recording until 5,000 RPM, or 49.92. And so we're missing a good chunk of the log. Let me open up this other one here. A quick note here about time expectation for the eTunes. So after you've purchased an eTune, it's going to take about 24 business hours for you to get the welcome email. I send those out manually. It's not automated, so at least not yet. But anyways, you're going to have to wait about 24 business hours. I don't work on weekends most of the time, so it will be, if you order late on a Friday, it'll likely be Monday before you get the welcome. But if you order anytime during the week, you'll probably get the welcome email either the same day or early the next day. Now, the same time frame applies to getting your base map. Once you've sent the info that I need, I'm going to send you a base map, and that's going to take about another 24 business hours. So the same time frame applies to receiving the map as well as the welcome. The only time that I'm not doing eTunes is when I'm back there doing a dyno tune. So like I've showed you a handful of logs. This is what I like a log to look like, as in terms of the window that the log is in, where you have a little bit before the log, before you go wide open throttle, and then a little bit after, because I don't really care about the tailings and the intro or whatever. What I care is from when you go wide open throttle all the way through when you let off, and that's what I want to see. Now, some customers will do this thing where they click the button and start the log, but they don't wait for it to actually start recording. They go wide open throttle immediately, and you end up cutting off a good portion of the log. See, this is what happened here. He clicked the button and then he went wide open throttle immediately, and it didn't actually start recording until he hit about 5,000 RPMs. So I'm missing the whole first part of this data log, and that is a poor example of a data log that doesn't give me all the data that I need. It makes it harder for me to be able to analyze things and tune the car properly. So that is one thing that I want you guys to take away from this in doing your data logs, is that you don't just hit the button and go. You hit the button, wait for the access port to say data logging, and then you go wide open throttle. After you've gone through your RPM window that you're trying to get through, you let off the gas, check your surroundings, make sure you're not about to run into anything, and then stop the log. And then you will capture the log and it will look like this, and that will be perfect. Okay, so that should just about cover everything. I have gone over the process from start to finish, what you can expect from me, what I can expect from you. And yeah, so if you guys have any more questions, be sure and shoot me an email, tuning@edgeautosport.com. That's gonna be the most efficient place for me to get you guys taken care of. And yeah, I really like being a part of your guys' projects. I like tuning your cars. So go over to the website, get yourself a tune. We can get started, and I'll catch you next time.